Hello, happy Monday to you. Welcome along to the Ruesha and Shebahn show. Please like, please subscribe, and do not be nasty. Hi, Cass. Wait, drink a big chug of milk.
I've got some milk here. Just getting the gains in, getting that protein in, because I'm an absolute tank.
Talk to me, though, about that dinner we just had.
Do you know what? I enjoyed it. Shebahn whipped up a salmon bake. Salmon, it just had green beans and peas and like a soy
It actually had a marinade through it.
It was actually decent. I ate it all.
I made the marinade as well.
Where's the rest of it though?
Well, this is the thing. I've just run 12 and a half K at the weekend, everyone. So
Well done.
I am healthy now. I'm a healthy human being.
Yeah, I'd say you're allowed a few more carbs in there for your recovery.
Well, not if you saw what I had for my lunch.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I've not actually exercised today. I had big ambitions of getting on the walk bike. The days went on, and here I am this evening, and I'm thinking, am I going to do it now?
You want to have a wine?
What to? That would be nice. No, I might go on the walk bike, but walk bike or wine. Maybe wine's nicer right now.
I might have a wee wine. Would you guys judge me if I have a little wine?
Do you know what my thing is right now?
It's my day off though.
Your day off.
Well, I'm
I've
working
got
tomorrow.
nothing to commit to right now. So it's not as though I'm like, I'm up right now and I have to be here and do that or be on a football pitch at that time.
You're unstructured?
I'm unstructured right now. So you just give yourself reasons. You find ways to go, I'll have a wine.
Can you understand why then when people retire, that because that structure goes, why they struggle with their mental health and keeping themselves having a purpose? Because it's all gone in a day. One day it's just that's it, you're done. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, like especially team sports, I can talk about football. You're in a place, and I'm not saying every team is like it, probably most teams that I'm at, because I'm absolute banter. Do you know what I mean? I bring that chat. But like, I was with Mitch and G today for a wee catch up, and we were just saying that London City team, when we had that, like that's probably going to be a thing that stands out because of the amount of giggles we had. No matter how much of a shit show it was, we had so many laughs and giggles. So sometimes you just get a great group of people in a team and you go in and it's just you don't even care about the football in the end, the games or the training. It's the people and having the banter. And that's what you will take away from football in the end. I mean, obviously, I'll take away like a few Player of the Years and like a few like Champions League trophies,
Barn doors,
a few World Cups, but I'll remember the banter. Do you know what I mean?
So this is it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love
Minge.
People who are
people
who are so ambitious and set their goals and achieve them at the elite level. I think they're different, right? They're a special bunch, they're a special breed. But there are people who have got zero personal chat. They've got all that. People are different, you know. You can't judge them on that at all. But you've got to be able to have a laugh along the way.
Oh,
because life is short, you know.
You've got to have the giggles, Cass.
Sometimes I think about things that might have happened, and I piss my pants. You know, I really find some situations that have been unfunny. But I tell you what, you wouldn't get a really, really clever person, someone who's really feckin' good at their trade, behaving like that. If that made any sense. Chugging that milk, man.
I tuned out of what you were saying there because I was just trying to get my wee screen up here. But I'm up and running.
Guys, by the way, can you lot go and subscribe to the Ruesha and Shebahn show live? If you're not watching on that channel, subscribe to the Ruesha and Shebahn show live, because we got to get 1,000 up there. We got to get our hours up there. Okay? Because at the moment, she's unemployed. Okay? So we can get a whip round, a quid each. A quid each.
Great idea.
Because she's got nothing. And I'm trying to move her out. And at the moment, this one's getting older and more unemployed.
I know. Actually.
But we do have some positive news, and that is that if anybody is looking for a 35-year-old centre mid who's been to a World Cup.
I thought you were going to say housemate, a 35-year-old housemate.
This one, your Achilles are playing well, aren't they?
They're bloody
They've been very, very good
but
to her these days.
I think
which is great news.
I took 6 weeks off on the back of that America camp. And it's probably the best decision I made.
You think?
Yeah, because you always find, I'd spoken to the physio at camp and she was like, you need a break of like, whatever, just
you need to stop.
Regenerate, all that. And you normally, when you get a break, you normally take 2 weeks probably from running off, and then you start to build up again. So like you start back training yourself at home, and you might do 2 days a week. Then it might go up to 3 days, and then you're back to square one already without having enough time to offload them. So I think that was actually really good. And then I've been training with a team right now, and I've only been going in 2 times a week, and then I've been doing 1 or 2 pitch sessions also on the back of that. So it's like I've slowly been building up. It's nice to be on my team because you're getting used to that exposure and stuff like that. So what will be, will be. We'll see if anything happens.
I know you're not in the comments like, what's the team? Tell us the team. You nosy bunch of Parkers.
It's St Albans Athletic.
There is no such team, and they would not have you. But listen, I get excited about the idea of training with a team because I think it's like, oh my God, is the door open? Blah, blah, blah. I'm struggling right now because I just don't know what's next for you, and I'm going to have to kick you out.
I'd say that though. I've actually said, if this is the end of the journey at football now, so be it. Obviously, I'd be hanging on because I'd love to be at Ireland still and see that out. But if that's not going to be, it's not going to be. And then I'm like, it's funny because I just know that I'll dive into the media being me. I'll probably get cancelled. I'll probably be asked to take over your job for like a few months. But then I'll say something stupid on air, and then that'll be it. But then that's it. Then you've pants down right into your OnlyFans. Do you know what I mean? And that's something that I am ready for. So whatever.
Yeah, true.
How would you feel though if TalkSport were like, look, Shebahn, we get what you're trying to do and appreciate what you've done. However, we want you to bring Ruesha in on your show. And then obviously we do that, and then like after a couple of months ago, look, Shebahn, thanks for your help, but we're going to want you to take a step back. What would you be like?
I'd be like, but happy for you.
You're
happy. Because then at least I know, right, okay, at least that'll keep her out of trouble for a minute. You know? And then I would go and, do the thing that I've always wanted to do, the thing that I've been put on the back burner for a wee while, and that's been a surgeon.
A surgeon?
No, it's not. What would you do? What would you do if you were to choose one subject tomorrow where your tuition was paid for a year and you listen.
Yeah.
This is your problem. You closed down too early. You've not listened. You dumb bitch. That was from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. When he calls her the bitch all the time, it does make me laugh anyway. You get 1 year's tuition. You get to work in a place as well where you get paid. It's almost like a scholarship, is that what they call it? You got 1 year in a certain subject and to work in a place. What would you choose?
I would either go into learning. I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something that you're going to be like, what? I'm going to go into, because I was just talking about this earlier there, learning how to learn, what do you call it? Like actually learning like crypto or stocks and shares, because that makes the world go round. Money. And we're all ill-educated in it. So maybe diving into a bit of that.
But would that be your go-to passionate thing that you would want to do?
No,
now?
but it could be something that you start learning, at least you know.
Fair enough.
If you know what you're doing. Gather a bit of money behind you, guys.
Right.
Make a bit of savings.
Yeah, I didn't
learn
see that
how
coming.
to invest.
I thought you were going to say
that.
Become like a zookeeper. And
that could be fun. But no, I don't think that's going to pay the bills right now. I just think I'll keep doing what I'm doing, Cass, and naturally, because I'm actually like God.
I think zookeepers are pretty well off paid because they live on site.
What?
They live on site at the zoo.
Well, I'd try to get into bed. Next time you've got a big rhino's willy up your arse. I don't think so, Cass.
You would go to that thought process. In fact, you're banned from the zoo. You're banned from the zoo saying stuff like that.
I didn't want that.
You big beast.
It would be fun, but I think really, I do like animals. I do think when I retire later down the line, I will have
a wee farm.
By the seaside.
You know Laura Woods? She's moved to the countryside with her partner and baby, and she's just, have I not shown you her Instagram?
No.
She's just now like collected a little chick.
Oh, I seen that the other day actually on it.
So cute.
And she's quite
And
happy out there.
I don't know, I guess is she like starting a little farm vibe? Like how nice that Jade had the dog seat at the weekend. And I think animals are just this nice, comforting little person you can speak to. And sometimes I don't give Pogba enough credit. You know, he does just sit looking at me for best part of a total hour in a day. It's a long time to sit and just look at someone.
Yeah.
He just looks at me and I think, do you want me to talk to you more? And maybe I should make more of an effort because I was speaking to the dogs.
Pogba he's got issues, so that cat's got issues.
He's angry.
He's a very angry cat. He's not really, he comes up and he'll come into my room every time where I put him a nice clean white bed in, and he comes up and wants to shed all over it, pisses me right off. Then he wants to pluck my sheets, and then he wants to lie on me and demand that I pet him, and then I can pet him and I just tap the wrong way and he turns around and he mauls me, and I'm like, Pogba.
He got the message I sent him.
But anyway,
right, shall we talk about football then? Because I know you're 11 minutes chatting pure gash. But let me say hello to some of your troops on the live stream. Sarah, as ever, you're always here in your swimwear. Good to have you. Hi to Sophie, Megan, Kira, Mary.
Hey guys.
No name. Oh yeah, here's somebody made a very good point. Hi girls, Shebahn. When Ruesha's therapist said she's looking for a partner like you, was she right? Is Jade like you? I'm so glad you brought this up because you said to me,
I forgot about that.
Remember your therapist was like, maybe you're looking for someone who's just like your sister. I was like, she's not human.
Miles off it.
That was such good chat. Remember when you came home that day, like you'd seen a ghost? You were like, she said something weird today.
I didn't see a ghost. I came in the lap.
Yeah, she's not been back to the therapist since. But yeah, Jade and I talk a lot, don't we?
Talk a lot too. Don't shut up. Yeah. You have to really zone out. Do you know what I mean? I have to really take myself.
Jade and I did this meant to be a 10k yesterday, and the trains were cancelled for me coming out of work, so we were going to miss the 10k. So we were like, well, we'll go for our own. We'll do it anyway. And we ran 12.5k, and I swear Jade chatted for 10.5k.
Did she?
Yeah, and it was good because then I could chat back, but I could just keep running, and it just I did it. I mean, honestly, it felt good. So
she's like, well, last night,
straight to sleep. We're in a throuple now.
Yeah, I gave her a bottle and she went straight to sleep.
That's good.
She got good.
She got burned out. Hi to Shannon from Texas. Hi, Shannon from Texas. Hey. Oh, well, right. That was Irish.
That was terrible.
What was that?
That was shocking.
Can I get a girl?
Giddy up, girly.
You. What's that? Drum shop down in Austin. Did your boat start?
Right, let's get back to the football.
Strip. Hi to Jason. Hi to Manal. Good to have you, troops, all with us. Right,
I don't know how it went for you, but I messaged someone about the tickets. I picked someone to win, and I get pied, so I'm going to need to re-message someone else. So, guys, stay tuned on your inbox for me sliding in.
Yes, this is very, very true. We've got 10 days until our live show in Radlett. I'll put the link for those of you who want to come. So soon. I think we had something like 30 tickets to sell last time I checked, which is great. We're going to have a fun night. We've got memorabilia from the world of women's football to give away. We've got a DJ. If you go to the Emirates a lot, DJ Pete is the DJ there. He's actually going to be our DJ on the night at the event as well. We've got a bit of bongos, bingos feeling there. I'm thinking hen night meets party, meets football.
Meets gay pride.
Yeah, meets gay pride.
All inclusive.
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant. 26th of September at the Radlett Theatre. Tickets are 27 quid. To all of you who have done that, we love you. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe before we go any further, and let's get into it. Ruesha, WSL from the weekend. Who was your surprise package? Who for you really shone over the weekend?
I think that's a really tough question. What I will say is there was some interesting results. We'll start off with the first game, Cassim, which was West Ham v Arsenal.
I watched it.
Did you see it?
I watched the whole thing.
Shock, you're probably there, weren't you? Were you there?
I watched it in the stands.
Socks, shorts. Did you have a short sleeve or a long sleeve top?
I was freezing, so I had my bonnet, my Arsenal bonnet, my Arsenal gilet, Arsenal pat, everything.
The whole works. Of course she did. Anyway, it looks like West Ham, because I'm going to say, obviously, I have gave West Ham their fair share of criticism throughout the last season and a bit. And that was purely because of nothing to do with Rianne Skinner or anything like that. I think she's doing a great job. More so to do with the backing of the club and how they run it. Pisses me off a little bit. But I could come for a few more clubs, actually. And I think she's done a great job at, especially last season, getting points on the board. I think some of the players they've got in, I'm like, interesting. There's some players that took the league by storm at the end of last season. I'm like, great. So I feel like they're in an all right place. However, I wasn't expecting them to get battered 5-1. That's just like the doors have caved in. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So that's disappointing, but Arsenal on their day, we know what they're capable of on their day. So can't really take that away from Arsenal. But
we're 2 games in. They played London City Lionesses. They beat them 4-1, 5-1.
Was that 5-0?
You know, so Arsenal, as we know, have a real good attack in them. But West Ham, I expected to do better in this game. I really did.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, as the gates opened, it flooded them. They really did, and I agree with you on Rianne Skinner, because at the moment you look at the club, West Ham United Football Club. I mean, it's having a tough time. You know, the fans aren't happy. There was protests over the weekend from West Ham fans. We, have heard Karen Brady of late, one of the chairs, speaking about the club and how much they think it's all going to succeed. But I don't think they do appreciate the women's team enough. I don't think they give them enough. However, one thing I will say is that they do have a good crop of players there. Rianne Skinner's probably doing her best. I wonder if they could get a little bit more from those players in time. Bear in mind, this is Arsenal, so you're not expecting them really to beat Arsenal. And the other thing I will say is that I have been to the Chigwell Construction Stadium, and it's not the most fun place to go. But what I will say, Rush, Friday night, that place was packed.
That's good.
And that's the one thing I'm looking at going, they are bringing their fans in.
Was it West Ham fans? Or was it Arsenal fans?
They would have been Arsenal fans, of course. Yeah, of course they would have been. But they were there. They were loud, and there were West Ham fans there. But yeah, I agree. I think this women's team deserve a hell of a lot more. It's always like clinging on by the skin of the teeth. When does it come the point where they want more than that? When do they aim to be trying to like top 6 club? When do they aim to try and go on a trophy charge in the League Cup or the likes? The West Ham United is a big club. I just like Kat Gorey. You watch her; she's a great player. They've got good players in there. I'm just wondering, should Rianne Skinner be getting more from this crop of players?
I mean, it's early doors, and I think you can only go on the back of last season, and I think they ended the season really well. So I think they'll be really disappointed. They'll not have wanted to crumble the way they have and concede as many goals, especially at home, because sometimes they can put up a really tough fight against Arsenal at home. In your home patch, you don't want to concede 5 goals.
No.
Anyway, it's one game early on. That's 2 defeats on the trot. So they'll be disappointed. But no, I think in terms of their squad, I do look and I'm like, some of the players really excite me. So let's just watch this space, let the dust settle over that result, and they move on. It's too early to start going, nah. Although
it's not too early because Rianne Skinner's been there for a long time.
Yeah. No, I just mean in the season. It's very early in the season to start going, and I think she's done really well considering probably the support that she's actually had. Yeah. Do you know what? You've got managers that they'll never come out and say that unless she wants to lose her job. Do you know what I mean? But there was probably times like...
She's doing her best.
There's been times before when I've heard stuff that's gone on from people in the club, and I'm like, it's a shambles. That is a shambles. So...
Yeah, and I've heard stuff too. And you're right. If Rianne Skinner wants to come out and say it, then I'm sure we'll all know, and then you'll get... It's a conversation for another time, but disappointing defeat for them. Speaking of disappointing defeats, London City Lionesses in the comments here just now. Hi to Sarah Cuthbert, who said, justice for Ruesha, London City, lol. Then Taylor said, Sarah, that's unfair to Ruesha. London Lionesses have brought quality players. They don't all gel at once, but London Lionesses defence, oh my God. I mean, you can see in the comment there who's under more pressure, Gareth Taylor or London City Lionesses. Will come on to Liverpool's result in a minute. But I thought I expect more from London City Lionesses with the team they've got. And I'm actually looking and going, I don't know if it's going to be the players here. I'm wondering if maybe it is going to be the manager who's adapting to the league more so.
Sorry, I'm just going to get the lineups here. So, I think everyone, this is my opinion, and I've kind of said it from the start of the season there early on, that London City are going to need time to come into this league because the Championship and the WSL are two different ball games. I don't care what you say. London City won the league on the last day of the season. On the last day of the season, they won the league.
Yeah, they didn't walk out.
And they invested still, okay? So it was tough. It was tough. Now they've been promoted. They've spent a lot of money. They've spent a lot of money and they've brought in some really good players. Some players, but you could argue, I'm like, based on what are they expecting some of these players to do? And you've got, especially some of the foreign players that they've brought in, they need time to get used to the WSL. Do you know what I mean? They need time. And my other one would be...
What are you getting used to?
It's different. You have to... You've got to take into consideration people are coming over from different countries. They're adapting to the language. They're adapting to being in a new working environment. They're also coming over and having to get apartments, get stuff sorted. This isn't done for you in women's football. Very few clubs look after you like that.
I'm talking about on the pitch there.
Well, think all the baggage that comes with it. So you're coming in, you have to get set. You're being asked to do certain stuff. Some of them aren't fluent, probably in some of the language in English. Fine, so it all takes time. But they're coming in, and then I think he won't be changing his ways. He's going to, like we said, he's just going to want to play football. He won't be changing his ways. He won't be playing. He won't be. They think that they're getting the Champions League. They think they're getting Champions League, but I'm like, you're going to need to get. They've obviously brought in Grace Guerrero. They're going to need more players like that are Champions League proven winners. Before that, she's not even won the Champions League, has she? No. Did she? No. I had people playing at that level, like we're in and playing it regularly. They've got a lot of work to do. And my thing is, maybe JOCELYN won't be thanking Michelle after every interview now because she'll be going, "You're getting a ticky tack soon, boy."
Well, if these results keep happening, I think he will. But he's under pressure this morning. No doubt about it. You're going into work on a Monday morning. The pressure is on you. You've just shipped 9 goals in the last 2 weeks. You know, when spending money like that, this club now has the record transfer in this country. That's one player. I'm getting you can't put that all on Euro.
Oh man, what have I done? But tears were cash.
50s, readies everywhere.
No, but so that's people that think London. I'm going to say it right now, but people that think that they're finishing like they're challenging, they ain't challenging for the league. They might do all right. They might have a wee bit of form. But they've still got these teams. You have to earn your right to play in the WSL. I say it all the time when teams get promoted, you have to earn your right. You can't go up and go toe-to-toe with the big guns. It doesn't work like that. I don't care. I'm
not saying London City Lionesses should have beaten Arsenal. And I'm not saying they should have beaten Man United.
There's people that have been saying it.
But we're talking about the basic defence of playing football. Yeah. They were miles off it.
Now, I've not seen much of the games right now.
We all know, like you say, if he's not going to change and he's going to play all out total football, then he's under huge pressure. Maybe that team with a different style, with adapting after shitting 2 goals in the last 2 games, could have shut it up at the back and tried not to leak more goals. So therefore, he's put more pressure on himself. I think with the team that he's got, I actually think if they did play a different system and go tighter at the back, they wouldn't be in this position today.
Ruben Amaris coming out and saying the same thing. He's not changing his ways. Some people believe how they play football, but I'm like, if you want to play football in this league, you've got to learn really quick, and you're not. That's when you have to earn your respect. You have to earn kind of the right to be there, and that is by not conceding goals. Not conceding goals like that the way you are. So maybe they will have to just stop creating so much risk. You don't deserve to yet. You're London City. You've just came up. Do you know what I mean?
So you're aiming that at the manager?
I'm just whoever. Like I do kind of look, and I look at the whole team, and I'm like, how you're going to say that team is? So basically, they said they want Champions League, but I'm like, well, I don't think your team right now. If you want to go through every single player for the squad, and you want to compare it to the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Man United. I'm going, well, you've got a long way to go right now. You have to have players have to come to the country. There's so many players they've brought in right now, and they have to gel and get used to each other and all this and that. Yeah. Talking about everything else that comes with it. moving, trying to sort their apartment, trying to sort out their not even, you don't get that help here.
Yeah.
You don't get that help.
Listen,
So
I
people
agree.
need time, and I'm just like,
I agree with that. I agree with it's not, you're not flying your mum and dad over and there's one apartment and you're next door and everything's there for you. I know that's not, I don't fucking hell. I'm not daft. I just wondered if more could have been done in those games. Therefore, I wonder if the manager could have done a better job in those games and making sure that less goals were conceded.
They'll watch it back and go, it's errors. Cut the errors out. There's mistakes here and there. Stuff like that. But I'm like, I mean, that's your team. That's your squad. Again, if you want them playing like that, you're going to need to give them time, and you've not got that kind of time right now.
You mentioned meeting G and Mitch earlier on. Here's Sarah in the comments. I personally don't like how they disregarded players with, in my opinion, with no respect. The team need to earn their place in the league, not just come up and expect Champions League football, as we've just discussed there. But I think with that as well, I think to be able to gain promotion, you must have a set team, an energy in the team and characters, not just going, money there, money there, money there, money there. We are going to get Champions League football. I don't think that's going to happen. You can have all the stars in the world and then they're not going to align. You need to have everything cohesively working in a dressing room. You know, so if there are problems here, there, and everywhere, which we don't know about that, then you're going to see it on the pitch. My point is in what was played, put football on the pitch. The goals that we're conceding were so bad in the last two games. So I think there's got to be pressure there because we know Michelle Kang isn't afraid to come into a room and flip a table and say, that's it, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone, you were gone, you know. So there will be pressure in that environment as well. Speaking of pressure, Gareth Taylor. Now, here's my thing. Gareth Taylor knows the WSL. He's, I would say, a respected manager in the WSL, and he's good at his job. But what's happening there? I mean, Liverpool, they've not had a good window.
No, again, is that then? What has their budget been like? Like, what has their, like, do you know what I mean? Like, how much have they been able to really improve their squad? Like, I mean, I look at their team and there's players there that have been there for a long time. So to be, I've seen Leicester, the players sent off in like the 54th minute, whatever. So they've had all that time to use a free player and probably dominate the ball, you'd think, to create opportunities and get themselves back in the game, and they've not been able to do it. And I'm sorry, but I'm not being disrespectful, but the Leicester squad also, like, that's a team that I think you should be able to go, right, we're going to compete against them, we're going to trouble them, we're going to create chances. Credit to Leicester, they've hung in there for a long period of time, down to 10 players, and they've won 1-0.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's poor. I mean, maybe the girls in the Liverpool team are still learning Gareth Taylor's ways. We know how he likes to play football. Maybe he's going to need to look at how he's wanting them to play. Is he going, okay, I've got different players here than what I had at Man City. I need to adapt. But again, managers, I think, like that are so set in their ways of how they think football should be. And maybe he's going, right, well, we aren't challenging for the league this year, so I'm going to take my time to work with the girls and we're going to get the hang of it soon. I mean, it's one of those, but I think his level, you would be expecting more. Credit to Leicester for, I mean, that's a long time that they've hung in for the majority of the second half.
And you know, the red card was a red flag to some people as well. You know, that was that red?
I've not seen a tackle.
Yeah. Well, that was disputed as well, you know. But in comes to it, as is let's not get into it, because the referees are strugs as well. I mean, there was a couple of minutes in the Arsenal game and I'm like, ref, are you all right? Like, are you okay?
The refs, again, you can bat them all you want, but they need help. They need to be made full-time too.
Are you all right? You're a martyr today.
I'm not. I'm just mean, but how's things going to get better when you're not actually helping them? Like, the women's game needs to get better. You go back to the whole women's game right now and all, and you go about... We had an interesting chat about this the other day, didn't we?
Yeah.
Talking about, like, so there's WSL, and we go back to all this. You've got your top 4, whatever, and you've got obviously some with budget, some without budget. You get championship, same again throughout it. It's so, everything's so mixed, like from where teams train to where they play their games and everything on the outside. Thinks great, amazing. Inside, some clubs are a shit show. They've got no budgets, they've got no organisation. They get this a whole argument of, right, well, why will we invest when we're getting no return? I get it's a kind of long game now. Do you know what I mean? But teams are getting left far behind, and like they're just the conditions that some of them go to training with. They've not got support, like women's football, like the medical teams. No wonder there's so many injuries in football, and it's not the medical team's fault. People might apply for a job that have just came out of uni. Obviously, they're going to want a job. They see a job, a position. They apply for it. They get it. You don't just come out of uni and walk into a men's game. You need to earn your right to be there. So people are learning in the job, learning in the moment. And then there might be one physio or two physios max for a whole team of players. How are you getting treatment? How are you getting actual work with the players? How are you going to manage the players? Managers now just want everyone on the pitch. And then it becomes that debate with like medical team and managers and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, there's nothing about the player, the welfare of the player. People don't know how to manage them. And then you get inexperienced people in roles that are just doing the best that they know. But that's the women's game's not got the resources and the luxury of having 5 masseuses and 8 physios and whatever they've got, like the men's teams have. Do you know what I mean? So there's just so much to it. There's so much needs to improve. So much has got better. There's a long way to go.
As it was so perfectly put yesterday, I was telling you about this at dinner. Women's football there's an Instagram versus reality, world of women's football, because we see it all flying online. It's only going one way, this, that, the next thing. And then actually the reality of it is that it's very, very few of it is like that. Very few of it is on the trajectory that we think it is because of the way it's presented on social media and because of the Lionesses and Arsenal winning the Champions League. There's this amazing focus on women's football, and that shouldn't change. That's the way it should be. They've earned those stripes, they deserve it, and the country is behind women's football. But then when it comes to the actual clubs and the boards, a lot of them are still not there yet because it comes down to money, and they're not willing in that budget yet. So, and you're right, they don't have bums and seats, they don't have the right people in certain roles. It's some of the things I hear, I'm like, do you want me to go in and do it? Like,
some things are so far behind. So far behind, but again, you don't know on the inside and everything. Let's not forget, the growth of the women's game is frightening. You're going like 10 years back and how far it's come. And I think people look at things and think, oh, it's great, that's it sorted, but there is such a long way to go. Of course, such a long way to go. It's come a long way.
It's not going to happen.
But there's some things you're like, come on.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
No, exactly that. It needs to get better. Right. In fact, just on that, go on.
Oh, go on. No, I was just going back to the football cast. I was just going back to the scores and results.
What did you think of Aston Villa, Chelsea? I mean, not surprised that Chelsea got the better of Aston Villa, but it felt like the season you were at Villa, that was a good season, wasn't it? You finished 5th that season, Carla Ward's season. That felt like we were getting Aston Villa were starting to compete. They were the best the rest that season. We've seen Liverpool occupy that spot as well. We've seen Spurs previously occupy that spot. Where do you think Aston Villa will fare this season? Or is it too soon to tell?
I hope they find a bit of form. Like I like Villa. I had a great time there, so you've always got a wee soft spot for them.
Of course.
Chelsea again. I think you're looking good about the Chelsea strength and depth. Aston Villa ain't going to be competing to win a league. They'll be competing maybe for top 4. And I think it's going to be tough, but I'm going to say they're going to have a top 6 finish.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to really go for them right now.
Let's
rely on their experience, but
let's jump to WSL 2, where now could be quite possibly a very, very even more so interesting league. As we had discussed earlier on, I think we'd spoken about it on the kickback and here, as we know the relentlessness of the championship. But what I'm loving about the championship is that there has been investment, like proper investment from some teams. Again, I'm not saying it's the same as the London City or situation. It's not that level of spend, but they're starting to get their stuff together. And we're seeing some good names pop up in the championship now.
That's what I look, and I'm like, I look at some players and I do think some of them can be performing in WSL still, but it's the way the game's going with youth and people want younger players in, and teams don't want to invest in older players because they're going, well, what am I getting for that? And what if they're injured? And what if? So they want young players, but I'm like, some teams are crying out for experience. Do you know what I mean? But it's great then actually seeing the likes of Vicky Losada, Sophie Engel. You've got Rachel Rowe. There's actually loads of them you could go through. There's Justine van der Mel from the Belgian team.
Nailed it.
But there's a lot of like good players, senior players that have came into the league, and I'm like, once I think they wrap their head round being in the championship, and I don't mean going, I'm in the championship, I mean like playing the type of football that is in the championship, and maybe, no disrespect, but the championship players all there. The ones that haven't been in WSL before is a different ball game. So football is different. It's more physical. It's more where you've got the ones maybe playing at the higher level and going, they want to play more football. So once they adapt and get used to that and find their feet, and they'll have to do it quick, it's great to have players like that, because I think they'll be good for the team, and they'll hopefully help players in their team beside them. And that experience is going to be massive. So hopefully it just strengthens the championship.
Palace, WSL 2.
4-4.
Palace, Southampton, 4-4. What an absolute cracker. What a crackeroonie. Also, Sunderland, Birmingham, 1-1. But Birmingham have seen that as a massive drop of points, won't they? Like, they'll be so disappointed with that. And Newcastle, Sheffield United, 1-1 as well. So already looking like a crazy table, isn't it?
That's it. I think that's the thing with the championship. Everyone can beat everyone on their day.
Yeah.
That is the thing. So that's what keeps watching the league really exciting. I think but Birmingham will be disappointed going to Sunderland there, but I'm going Sunderland right now. In my eyes, I think I look and I go, they've done well. They've had a good window. They brought in something quite, obviously I'm going to be biased towards Irish girls, but the girls are going to dig in and graft and grind out results. They're good at that. Do you know what I mean? They do it at a top level. Yeah. Like, they'll know how to do it. So credit to the girls going in there, and hopefully I'd be interested, but I hope Sunderland can be in there or be about. So I know they have some seasons where they do, and then they might drop off, but hopefully this could be a really good year for them. Yeah. Birmingham disappointed. G in the championship.
Captain.
What the hell? Amazing. What a player she was for Chelsea. What a superstar. So I'm intrigued. I can't wait to keep an eye on G. I wonder if I could maybe, get Lucy Gwynn to introduce us and we can hang about. No. She could, come on the podcast or something. No. Something like that. That'd be nice.
Oh, maybe we could get G on the podcast. How sweet would that be?
Yeah.
Just smiling.
She'd probably just tell us to F off, but it'd be cute.
Nah, she'd be like,
big result, for Sheffield United, who were away to Newcastle. That's a massive result for Sheffield.
Big bucks, Newcastle.
Without a manager right now, Newcastle spent a pretty penny or two. But again, it takes time for these teams to gel.
Absolutely.
So great result for Sheffield. But again, we're 2 games in?
2 games in. We've all got to just take a massive chill pill. And do you know what? When it comes to the conversation of pressure on managers, with the money that's coming into the game, with the demands and the expectations from owners, I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see a sacking in the next week unless.
What do you know?
If London City can't manage a win, I think we will see a change before Halloween.
Oh, Kanger's going to be like, get out.
You out.
What about JOCELYN Precheur going to a different team?
What,
could be a team looking for a manager? You never know.
What are we?
Never know. Just saying.
But then again, Joss come from Paris Saint-Germain. Like, he's a Champions League manager.
Must be. He got the job for his dad. Do you know what I mean?
Huh?
His dad was a manager, and he was his assistant, and then his dad left the job. Yes.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
But,
no. Yeah, man. But
do you mean his pair? His Montpellier?
Montpellier.
I didn't know that.
Well, obviously, there's the WSL right now and all. There's some tough games. I just can't wait to be watching it all. I can't wait to keep seeing results and seeing players. But I thought you were going to say something there when you were saying about the pressure on managers and stuff, and I thought you were going to touch on, even now, I think with the more media coverage around the game, and you've got idiots like us doing podcasts, and I think players now are going to need to get, well, kind of, you get players and stuff, or people having to get really used to now being grilled, having people having really harsh opinions of you, and get used to that in a way. But hopefully that's not going to, players will be okay with it, as in they're not going to go, yes, they're going to see the critics. I seen Phil Foden speaking about it earlier, but he's like, no, that's part and parcel of the game when you're at a big club, and you have to just go, well, and that's it. But so hopefully players, that's not going to be too, because now I think it's just going one way, and it's like, boom, everyone's talking about everything. If you have a great game, you had a great game, but if you've had an absolute stinker, you're going to be hurt and you're going to know about it, because people don't be nasty. So having an opinion, don't be nasty, but opinions is what makes football and has people platforms and has people jobs because of it gives everyone something to talk about.
Part of the game, you've got to get on with it. You really, really do. There are limits to some of the things you just have to read or see. But criticism is always going to happen. And the bigger it, the further the game's going, the more of that will get involved as well. But like, do you know, I was at an event the other day for charity. And this blows my mind, right, with the conversations of pushing women's football, because I could do it in my sleep, right, and I have done for as long as I can, right, and you know I love it, you know, I'm passionate. I was at this event the other day, and superstar women's footballer had come in. It's all part of charity. It's to raise money for those who lost their lives in the 9/11 Trade Centre attack. There's a company in Canary Wharf, BCG, and they do a fundraising day every year. And all these superstars come in and they answer the phones, they go on the trading floors, and then money that's raised go towards the charities of their choice. So there's lots of charities there, there's lots of celebrities there. And I mean, everybody was speaking on one in particular, very well-known footballer came in with her team, well, not her football team, her team of people who kind of maybe chaperone her, look after her, manager, agent, whatever. And the aide who was with me would then say to the celebrity, do you want to speak to TalkSport? And 9 times out of 10, it was like, yeah, come on, now go and do an interview, whatever, like that. And this one person's aide went, we were not going to do any media today. We're not going to speak to the media. And the aide who was with me was a bit like, oh, okay. Like, oh, didn't know, sorry. And I just thought to myself, what? You're at a charity day? One, you're at a charity day that you're at. Two, we're talking about women's football. I thought we were wanting to be talking about women's football more. I thought we were meant to be putting it on the map a little bit more. Three, fuck off then.
Maybe some people think, though, maybe
what's the point? Like, we're sorry to rant, but that I just thought that's so. It's not the player, unless the players went, I've got personal stuff going on, I can't do media today. But the player who was there was about to walk forward, and the aide was like, no. And I thought, no,
maybe they looked at you and went, not a chance.
What am I going to say that is for TalkSport, not sitting here chatting nonsense with you?
I think we should be allowed to go to these things.
What am I going to say that's going to make this player on the back foot? Like, there's no negativity surrounding this player.
Maybe, well, that's it.
I was just like, oh, fucking hell. Like,
maybe there was something wrong you don't know, but maybe you don't know something is wrong. No, we're protecting.
Man, I could read it like a book. I could read it like a 5-year-old's book.
You don't know. So
I know.
Maybe they thought we're coming in, we're showing face, and that's that today. But you just don't know.
Yeah, I shouldn't say F off, because the point is they were there for the charity. Yeah. So they did a bit for charity, but they could have spoken about their charity. That person could have spoken about the charity. To just say, oh, no media today, we're not speaking to media. I was a bit like, well, the point of pushing this is, and by the way, it wasn't just one women's football, there was others there and they spoke. So maybe it was a personal thing, but I'm thinking, well, if we're sitting here trying to beat the drum and put it in the right light and put it forward, if in-house they're saying, no, I'm not doing that, then I'm like, well, that problem's on you. Do not come out and say the media don't give it enough attention. You know, you don't get enough people. That was a positive experience, a positive environment. It was all good. But you decided no. So there's only so much we can do here, you know. It really wound me up.
You finished?
Again, it's the Instagram versus reality situation.
Maybe it's you. I can me look and go, her breath's barking. Not speaking to her today. And I'm on board with that.
One more thing. Have you started watching Cold War?
No, but I'm needing something new to watch. So good.
We started it last night. Perfect. Yeah, I'm in.
Buzzing.
I'm in. It's kind of weird, but have you started watching it? Because we started watching it last night. It only came out last night.
Cold Water.
So we've got an episode to watch tonight as well, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I'm all over it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted, before we go.
Oh, she wants to say something else.
No, I just want to get to the fixtures.
Well, what's coming up, hun?
It's exciting. Do you want... I'll give you WCL ones. So we've got a few Friday night games, by the way. How you find the Friday night games?
Love it.
On it? Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Loved watching the Arsenal-West Ham game the other night. I was cozied up. It was my anniversary. That's what we did for anniversary. We watched the Arsenal because we love them.
What a treat. Of course you do. It's disgusting. So we've got Spurs Man City.
That's Friday night.
Taking money on. Who are you going for?
Man City.
Everton. London City Lionesses.
Everton. Great game, to be fair, because I want Everton to perform this year. I want them to be the team that finished best of the rest. I really, really do.
Could this be the weekend that London City get some points on the board?
This Vignola will run through and demolish London City's defence if they play the way they did the last 2 games.
I thought you were going to say that, but Everton will be 2-0 off Spurs at the weekend there.
Yeah, Spurs plays well. Spurs plays well. I'm sorry, but I would say Everton are a more together team than London City are at the moment.
I think the Everton centre-back had a wee bit of a bad game, shall I say.
There you go.
Obviously been asked to play, maybe it was a bit too risky.
Okay.
But again, he's stuck in his guns. Do you like him?
I like
some of these ways. Come on, give a break. Anyway, that's going to be, I think that could be a draw, that one. You then have a Sunday Castle and you've got Chelsea v Leicester.
Chelsea, no disrespect, Leicester. Fair play at the weekend though.
Brighton or West Ham.
Draw.
Ooh, okay. You've got Aston Villa, Liverpool.
Maybe Liverpool will bounce back. I'm going to say a Liverpool win.
Okay, and that takes us to WSL2, I think. Sunderland, Durham. Oh.
You give me your prediction.
Okay, that's a tough game.
Durham.
I think that's going to be a tough game, but again, I'm going to back up Sunderland right now.
Yeah.
And then we have, there's a Southampton v Bristol City.
Southampton.
You're going for Southampton?
No, I'm going for Bristol City. Sorry, I just seen Southampton.
That's one of those ones where I'm like, God knows, you've got 2 absolute footballing greats in that Bristol midfield, and Southampton, who scored 4 goals at the weekend. Oh, and Southampton, by the way, I think they're going to be a wee...
Do that little weird...
about their business all right this season too. Okay, I'll go for a draw.
Okay.
You've got Forest, Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be tough. It's going to be another close game. I'm going to go for Palace. Going to go against my BBG.
Right, see you next time we see you.
Charlton, Ipswich. Charlton.
Okay.
Birmingham, Newcastle. I'm not finished going through these. Birmingham, Newcastle.
There's nothing more boring than a prediction.
I know, but it's exciting right now.
Okay. I predicted right.
I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for Birmingham.
Okay.
Portsmouth, Chef. I'm going to go for Chef. And then, sorry, I missed it. Manchester United v Arsenal.
Ooh.
Oh, that is exciting.
What time's that on?
It's 2:50 on Sunday, and it's on the BBC. Oh,
what does BBC stand for?
You'll probably... Oh, is it British Broadcasting Channel? No?
Yeah,
is it?
Nearly.
Ooh. What?
British Broadcasting
Centre? Oh,
is it?
Channel means channel sounds a lot better than that. It's a channel.
British Broadcast Channel. I don't know.
Oh, that's going to be a good game. Yeah. United have started all right, haven't they, Cass? I know you do have a wee soft spot for them, but obviously, are you travelling up in the supporters bus?
Do you know, I need to get up to Old Trafford for a United game. When is the next one?
Leigh Sports Village, this game.
I need to get to the next women's game at Old Trafford. I really do.
Right,
okay. I need to do that. We should go together. We trip to Manchester and watch a game.
See you there.
Right.
See you there. Anyway.
We'll see you guys soon. I'm sure you'll sleep tonight after those unbelievable predictions trips. Hopefully next time you see us, Ruesha will have some update, either like finally just like put a pin on it, or has a team. So you guys stay well.
Same time next week.
We'll see you same time next week. And don't forget our live show 26th of September. If you can come, it's in Radlett. We've only got limited amount of tickets left. It's going to be an absolute party. Sorry for swearing. Love you. Bye.